Good morning, YouTube. The birds are out this morning. Kind of loud this morning, actually. So it is 5:45 a.m. Saturday, August 6th, 2022. It's my 52nd birthday, so yay, happy birthday to me. So far been actually a surprisingly good birthday. Not at all what I expected, not at all. I can't say it wasn't what I had planned, because I had absolutely nothing planned. Yeah, I'm just kind of taking everything a step at a time, or taking everything as it hits me, and trying my best to cope with it, and shooting as much of it on film here as on on smartphones here as possible, and sharing it with y'all. I got an idea for a different sort of thing I want to do on this channel, and it's something I've been like tossing around in my head for a while. Because for the most part, this channel has just been kind of my video diary of sorts, and just everything from, I don't know, lately a whole lot of me complaining about the ex-girlfriend or girlfriend or whatever she is at this moment. She's half naked in my bed right now, so I don't know. It doesn't really translate into ex-girlfriend very much, but. And then again, when I was referring to her mostly as my so-called girlfriend, that was not where she ever was. So, at least not in that state. And yeah, I actually left her there, which is not like I'm not wanting to be there, snuggled up against that, because part of me really does want to be. But I don't know, I'm just wide awake and kind of bored, and mostly pretty hungry. I didn't eat much yesterday. In fact, I arguably did not eat anywhere close to enough yesterday. There's somebody laying over in the grass. That's kind of odd. I'm totally regretting walking through the park like this. I'm wearing my Nike flip-flops, and it feels like it rained, and it smells like it rained last night, and the grass is wet. Yeah, not the most pleasant thing to walk through in flip-flops. Trying to make a conscious, since it's dark, dim enough outside this morning. The sun hasn't really come up over the horizon yet. I can actually see my screen, and I've been noticing that. Although definitely, the motion, the motion stabilization in the iPhone, does generally make my iPhone videos look dramatically better than the ones that I shoot on my Obama phone, whatever the hell that thing is, the TCL, T-Mobile freebie piece of crap. Which, to be fair, doesn't shoot bad video for a freebie piece of crap. But it's the one constant on every iPhone video. Like, the one thing I could do when I zip through it, and it's like, which device did I record this on? Oh, there's a finger blocking in the way. Oh yeah, that's the iPhone. Yeah, the iPhone. Like, if you look at a picture of an iPhone 7 Plus and an iPhone 6s Plus, you'll see a definite difference in the placement of the camera, and just that little bit of placement is the difference between my finger keeps blocking the damn thing and my finger usually didn't block the thing. So yeah, I still have not located that last iPhone 6s Plus that I bought, and part of me just wants to Yeah, let's enjoy my birthday today. Part of me wants to take up another shift to Amazon. I'm thinking they got shifts available for me today if I want to work them. And part of me's thinking maybe I should. Good morning. Yeah, how you been? I was beginning to think you moved. She's rolling. Wow, wow, that was somebody I didn't expect to see. She's clearly on a mission to go somewhere. That's the. Oh man, I'm trying to remember her name, and I'm drawing a blank because I suck at names. But that's the gal that was the one night that I did. Priscilla had stayed out all night, and I was super restless and lonely and curious where she was, and I came out in the middle of the night to find somebody who I initially thought was homeless, but come to find out just lived 2 buildings down the road. Go figure. Digging in the dumpster for aluminum cans. So yeah, it was that was her. Abby, I think that's her name. Oh, here comes the content ID match. I can hear me some Kendrick Lamar. I love this song. I could. The way so much of this vlog has been about the ex-girlfriend, so-called girlfriend. Boy, that could be my theme song right there. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. So I was planning on walking over to QT to get some food. And obviously I'm not done talking to myself, so I'm gonna walk around the QT. Won't that be exciting? So I've noticed gas prices going down. I actually saw $3.99 at a Circle K yesterday. QT still $4.47, but this QT always seems to be a little pricey, which is amazing to me because it stays really, really busy, and directly across the street is a Costco, which is insanely cheap. Although, you know, like I don't want to talk about like what I did since the last video, because I think pretty much all the videos for yesterday were just my journey to Bullocks, and I didn't really talk much about what all was going on, you know, with me and you know, the deal with the girlfriend and much of anything else, because it was just so consumed with what was going on with the journey on the bus. I mean, I'm trying to remember like the journey yesterday, and it seems like I had I'm thinking to myself like I had a near miss catching the train. That must have been the day before, because I didn't take the train to Bullocks. I did the 44 north to the 50 to the 60. Okay, it's coming back to me now. Yeah, I had walked to that bus stop there. I think that's the homeless lady I had the argument with last week. It looks like her mess sitting there again. Yeah, sure, she's waiting for her son. So yeah, I'd walked over there and then looked at the bus app to find out it was going to be a long time until that bus was going to come. Like, I think I was looking at over 30 minutes until the next bus was going to show up. And then I looked at the app and saw that oh shit, there's the northbound buses right there, and I just barely caught it going northbound, which is perfect. It's kind of weird that where I'm going, like I could go northbound or southbound, either way it, you know, kind of works out the same, but that's a lot of times that's just kind of how public transportation is, and that's not even really a Phoenix thing. Like, that just seems to be a public transit sort of thing everywhere. I mean, like, take for instance when I was at my daughter's place in Beaverton, and I forget the numbered avenue she lives on. It's, I don't know, 130 something, but like the bus that ran on the street she lives on, not actually the street she lives on, but like the major street that the street she lives on is directly off of, yeah, it's got a bus that has really really minimal amounts of service. In fact, that bus has less service than most of the routes I complain about here in Phoenix. It's I think it runs like 12 hours a day, once an hour. So yeah, kind of. I always talk about how much better it is in Portland, but just to be clear, that route isn't in Portland. That route is completely in Beaverton. Not the same thing. But yeah, most of the time I ended up walking because it would be so long until that bus would show up that it was just not even worth the effort. And generally speaking, I was always going to Portland, and it really didn't make a difference. I mean, it made a difference, but I mean, I sometimes I chose to walk to the north, and sometimes I chose to walk to the south. Walking to the south, I feel like it was maybe about a 20-minute walk, 15-20 minute walk, something like that. And there was a light rail station, and there's a light rail station. I think it was the Blue Line that I caught there. And then if I walk to the north, about the same amount of walking. And there was a major bus line that has pretty frequent service there that would take me to a transit center fairly quickly, where I could also catch the Blue Line, or I could catch the Red Line. So definitely less time to wait. You know, as far as like, was I waiting longer for the train or was I waiting longer for the bus? Yes. I don't know. It always seemed like a crapshoot, like whichever one showed up first. And I wasn't in Portland long enough to figure out, hey, what time's gonna work out better, going south of the train or going north to the bus. But I do know when I take the bus to I think it was called Sunset Transit Center, I knew when I would take that, it would be pretty much no time at all. Like I walk into the transit center, and there would be a train, like pretty quick. And that's because once I got to Sunset Transit Center, not only is the Blue Line there, but also so is the Red Line. So, you know, basically doubling the frequency of how often there's a train. And yeah, so that meant the train, you know, pretty constant. Wow, I think that is transit. I think that is a brand new bus stop right there. Palm Lane, 44 southbound.
Don't be taking no pictures of me, fool. Get your phone taken from me, nigga. What are you doing? Playing with you. What's up? Come on, man. Ass me around this bitch. Is that okay? Fuck you, my phone. You go crazy, motherfucker.
They just got a little bit more exciting. I don't think so. I mean, I'm live streaming, dude, so whatever works for you. Wow. I'm just doing my personal vlog, you know, talking about transit and how a new bus stop there and whatnot. And that guy started getting all aggro about, don't be taking pictures of me, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, I'm taking a picture of the bus stop. I do a travel and transit vlog. What a fucking nut job. There's cameras everywhere in public. It's a First Amendment right to film in public. Oh my goodness. That guy did seem pretty serious about trying to see me or catch me. And I got a feeling he's a regular vagrant at at Pierce Park, so yeah, the odds of me running into him again are pretty high. Damn, that was some crazy shit. And I completely lost my train of thought. To be fair, I was pretty much talking about transit, and I was, the video was not about him until they made it about him. I was trying to get you all a good view of that new bus stop for the southbound 44 at Palm Street, Palm Lane. Yeah, last time I caught the bus there was just a big cement platform, and I just had to have to stand there with the sun beating down on me. Not that that's a place I regularly wait for the bus. Generally speaking, if I've been catching the bus there, it's just because I was walking, and that's like before I started using the transit app and was more aware of what's going on with the buses. And I'd be walking and then realize, oh shit, there's the bus right there. And I was, thinking that it was quicker to walk down here to McDowell. And as I was saying, like as far as like northbound, southbound buses, I mean, that's how long it takes to walk to McDowell when you get distracted by a psychopath junkie on a bicycle. Chases after you. Yeah. They talk about, there's so much talk about the homeless epidemic in Portland versus Phoenix, but I'll tell you this, I never had anybody get that aggressive with me at all. Vlogging and walking around Portland. That's a Phoenix thing, man. Phoenix junkies are crazy. And on this, for what's worth, the last guy I was talking to that asked what was going on, he was sitting there at the little property wall like this by that house on the corner, setting up his fentanyl, setting up his foil and crushing his pills, and it's crazy how these junkies just do that shit right out in the open. I mean, I used to be a hell of a pothead in the 90s, and so I've got a lot of memories of rolling joints and smoking joints and packing pipes, and I would have never thought to have done that on a street corner like that, because man, some cop would roll up on me and I'd be arrested. And even though like recreational marijuana has been legalized now, back in the 90s it was a felony. And not only was it a felony, but Phoenix PD and the Maricopa County Attorney and the County Sheriff's Department, run by Joe Arpaio, was always very eager to prosecute. Like if you got pulled over with a roach in your ashtray. In fact, I think I had that happen one time. You're going to jail. And they would initially be pursuing, felony possession charges. And now, I mean, fentanyl, which is way worse of a drug, and they just sit and smoke it right on the street. And that group that was coming across the street by the new bus stop there on Palm Lane, and the guy that was all psycho on the bicycle, sorry, just thoughts in my head. The voice in my head is like wondering how much it would have changed the dynamic of that situation had I been packing. Oh man, yeah, I don't need to shoot a vagrant. I don't. But I think in that circumstance, I would have had video evidence showing I was fully justified. Although I bet he would have switched his direction really quick had I pulled a pistol out of my pocket. Anyway, this is not how I expected this video to go whatsoever. I completely forget what I was gonna talk about yesterday. What happened yesterday? I'm practically at Subway. I'm gonna go in and get a sandwich and try to regroup, because that was crazy. Yeah, didn't expect to have that much insanity along 44th Street. And like I've said many times, an adult on a bicycle with 20-inch rims is just never up to anything good, ever. Not unless they're a professional BMX racer and they're riding that bike on the track. Riding on the street, it's just, there is always something good. And that other guy, but at least I was, part of me really wanted to video that as well, but whoa. Oh, I was looking at the wrong sign. I was seeing the 12 new irresistible subs and then the open sign being closed. I'm like, no, this subway is always open. It is always open. 24-hour subway is always open. Yeah, I need to give me a sandwich. I should probably be courteous enough to shoot Priscilla a text so at least she knows if she wakes up and I'm not there that hey, I got hungry and went to get a sandwich. Because that's the kind of stuff I've been kind of on her ass about for, you know, just not kind of respecting me and my sanity, and it seems like I should at least do the same for her, even though, damn it, it's not her place and she's supposed to be packing and cleaning. That's, you know, when I texted her during my bus journey to Bullocks yesterday, I did ask her, like, the first thing I asked her was, you know, what are your, because I didn't like the fact that she, so yesterday, I need to wrap this up, it's getting too long already, but so yesterday, sorry, this is making no sense. This is not very cohesive. Welcome to my vlog. It's always like this. This looks like a nice place to sit my ass down. The iPhone. I get the Obama phone out of my pocket so I don't crush the screen more when I sit down. That screen is looking pretty not so good. And yeah, from what I've been told from different phone repair places, you don't get a replacement screen for that because replacement of that screen costs more than replacement phone, especially considering most people that get that phone as a free phone. Nobody buys that phone. So, which is kind of a bummer because I would actually spend the money to replace the screen just because I don't like the idea of throwing out devices that are otherwise functional. And also the fact that I think as long as I keep that thing on and keep service on it, it's going to stay on because I don't qualify for food stamps anymore. Like I'm often asked, you know, hey, why, you know, you say you lost your disability. Why'd you lose your disability? You know, do you mean, why am I not getting disability? Yeah. Two different questions, two different answers. I've gone into great length on why I've lost my disability, and I don't want to relive that. Maybe I'll link a vlog in the description that gets to that. But long story short, I was deemed over-resourced, which was due mostly to money that was given to me by the federal government in the stimuluses, in the COVID stimuluses. So that's why I lost it. Why I'm not getting it now is pretty simple. I make too much money. And if you ask me, that's a good problem. It's a good problem. In spite of my mental disabilities, I'm earning enough that I don't need that, and that's the whole thing, is that Social Security it's not supposed to be a lifetime income plan. It's supposed to be a safety net, and it had been a safety net. So now that I'm in a better place, you know, now I do believe if something happened that would cause me to lose my job at Amazon, and it involved me going, you know, back into a mental hospital, and my mental stability, you know, went to a point where I didn't really feel I could find another job, you better believe I'd be trying to get my dang Social Security back, and I probably wouldn't have much trouble getting it done either. Assuming that they've opened the damn offices back up, but anyway, that is not what I was going to talk about. Where the hell was I going with this? Oh, Priscilla, me being frustrated with Priscilla. I think there's one of the many voices in my head is trying to sidetrack me from that. So, because in some ways I feel like I've allowed what I said I wasn't going to allow her to do. And I feel like I've really compromised myself in that. But I'm back to the Bill Withers song, you know. keep on using me, because I'm sure I'm using you for the things you do, and I'm making her be in there very contingent on that. So and very much driving the point every moment that, you know, this is not your home and not your apartment. So make sure that she understands 100% that, yeah, you're a guest and you don't get a key. you don't get to get mail here. Of course, right now I don't get to get mail here either, because my mailbox key for like 3 weeks has been in my car at my mechanics. But anyway, so yeah, so I really haven't mentioned her other than briefly in passing, just little hints here and there in other videos, because I've been focused on what I was dealing with transit yesterday with ooh, do I catch the northbound bus, southbound bus? Oh shit, no, there's a north, that'll be coming in a long time. There's a northbound bus. Hey, look at how bad this transfer is from the 44 to the 50. And mind you, when you watch that video, if you haven't seen it, watch that video, because it's only about 5 minutes long. Yeah, that transfer took over 5 minutes, or about 5 minutes, and that was with the driver being kind enough to let me and the other guy making the same transfer get out before the light, before the intersection, going northbound at Camelback, as opposed to having to wait through while he waited on the red light, or she waited, I don't remember if it was a male or female driver, doesn't matter, does not matter. But the driver was kind enough to let us out there, so we didn't have to wait for the cycle of the light and then journey all the way up the road past the intersection to the bus stop, and then backtrack walking south from the bus stop. And if you look at how close we came to not catching that bus, had she not let us out, or he, whoever it was, had the driver not let us out, I refuse to use the word they in this instance, because there was only one driver. Had that driver not refused to let us out, or had not chosen to let us out, which is generally against bus transit policy, but had he stuck to it, firm to his policy of not letting us out to the stop, we would have missed that transfer, straight up. We would have definitely missed that transfer. So yeah, I definitely want to get that in video. If you haven't seen that, watch that. It's absolutely ridiculous how bad that transfer is from the northbound 44 to the westbound 50. In fact, that's the main reason I was initially hoping to get a southbound bus. On the 44 to go to the light rail, just to not have to deal with that transfer. But hey, on the bright side, I got a good, decent video of what a pain in the ass that transfer is. So that mission inadvertently accomplished. And in the really short, yeah, and then the other two videos I did yesterday were just all about bus mishaps. The first one just showing, ooh, dang, it's just going to be a tricky transfer. The bus is literally right behind me. And of course, had I not done the transfer the way I did, of getting off at 18th Street and then getting right, and then off the 50, and then getting on the 60 that was directly behind us there, had I gone up to the next point, which is actually where the speaker would tell me to transfer to the 60, like the thing where it says, 16th Street, transfer to Route 16, Route 60. Had I waited to that transfer, again, I would not have made it. I'm almost 100% certain that, in fact, well, maybe not, because that young kid would have still got his transit card stuck in the machine, which would have delayed things. But had it not been for that delay, which nobody knew was going to happen, and it just been the bus where it was, and the bus on the 50 that I was on where it was, the transfer at 16th Street would have been impossible, because by the time I would have crossed 16th Street and then walked up to the other bus stop, the 16 would have already been gone, or the 60 would have already been going down 16th Street without me. And speaking of buses, there's the 17. Yeah, would have already been going down 16th Street without me, because you have to wait for a traffic light and cross this road and walk from stop to stop if you do the transfer where the disembodied voice recommends that you do the transfer. Whereas if you do it there at 18th Street, you just top off, bus stop, and then hop back on the same bus stop. So anyway, yeah, I keep getting sidetracked on the transit of yesterday. You can watch those videos. What I didn't talk about was what had happened the night before with Priscilla, since the video before was just again of my journey to Bullocks. So show at Bullocks was pretty good. I wanted it to be about my birthday. It really wasn't. There was other birthdays happening. I think I mentioned that in a video yesterday, but which, fine, whatever. There was literally nobody there that came to celebrate my birthday. I get friends that are at the bar that come to the bar, but I didn't have any friends from outside the bar, even though a handful of them said, oh yeah, we'll come to your gig on your birthday. Yeah, that didn't happen. Whatever. I mean, it's what I expected, so I got what I expected. I can't say it's a letdown. My hopes were not up to have been let down. So the next So anyway, Priscilla did actually show up, and her and I had been kind of going back and forth with a somewhat negative conversation. Now, I was really frustrated because I had woke up and she was gone. And I mean, I had let her in. Initially, I just wanted her to come in. She had come in with the premise that, hey, I need to get my computer. I need to get my stuff so I can go back to work. I need to get some personal. I need to get my computer. It started with, I need to get my computer so I can keep working, and I need to get my insulin because I'm diabetic, and I need that, which I get it, but I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you can go to the pharmacy and get some more. Go to an urgent care, talk to your doctor, something. But anyway, yeah. So that was kind of the premise of her showing up, and that's not at all what happened. Like, and granted, I did I kind of encourage her to stay? Yes, I did. I am 100% guilty of that. Did I try to tease and taunt her with my body? Yes, I did. First thing I did when I got in, it was like, I've been stacking pallets all night, which is true. It's true. I've been stacking pallets all night. I am dirty and sweaty. I need a freaking bath. And I just, as soon as we got in the house, as soon as we got in the apartment, I went into the bathroom, I think I went in the bedroom, took off all my clothes, went naked in the bathroom, and took a bath. And of course she came in, and we're having a great conversation. That's always a great position to be in, having a conversation. Yes, I'm naked. Come talk to me. Tell me what's up. So, long story short, we ended up in bed together, which somehow got on the subject of where's my vibrator? Yeah, why did you leave speaking of your vibrator, why did you leave that in my dresser drawer? Why did I come home to find you gone, your vehicle here, you gone, and you didn't tell me like when you were going to be leaving or that you had left or anything, and all your stuff is still here, and your vibrator is like on my dresser next to my bed, and of course your response to that is, oh yeah, I was in there masturbating. Oh really? Yeah, that's that's exciting if like I'm in here, but like not so much like, wow, so you waited until I was gone to do that after basically like not wanting anything physical to do with me. Yeah, not cool. It's like, actually, come to think of it, no, I don't think I'm giving, I don't have your vibrator handy. You need to pack your computer, get your insulin, and get the fuck out. And that's where that went. And then finally she's like, oh, so that's really where you stand on this? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Well, I said, part of the reason I want you here is I don't want you taunting me with your body. I don't like the thought of that you're having action by yourself in my bed when I'm not here. This is my bed. If there's just sex action going on here, I need to be a part of it. This is my bed. Hello. You want to do that? You need to do that in your own place. So yeah. Anyway, and then somehow it went from that to us getting it on, and which went from us falling asleep naked in each other's arms, which was admittedly really nice. And I've stated before, if that was something that was happening every night, that would certainly change it wouldn't change the fact that I want her to clean up after her damn self, and it wouldn't change the fact that I don't want her having her office set up in my daughter's room, but it would certainly change the how I feel about you gotta go. Because a big part of it is just that I feel like she's just, hey, you can look at this but you can't touch it. You know what? I don't want to be looking at it. If I can't touch it, I don't want it here. And I even gave her one of my bad analogies. I said that's like you being super thirsty, and I give you a bottle of water and you can hold the bottle of water. And she's just like, well, sometimes I just want you to hold me. I just want you to hold me. I said, that would be the equivalent of you being really thirsty, and I give you a bottle of water. I'm like, you know what? You can't drink any of that water. You can only hold the bottle. You can't open the bottle. You can't drink any of it. You can just hold it. I just want you to hold the water. Sorry you're thirsty. Sucks to be you and be thirsty. And I think that analogy hit home because it was the best analogy I could think of to that. Anyway, yeah. So after that, so and I don't know what's going on. This is not how I expected this to go. I expected her to. There'd been so much animosity over the past, since she had got back from Atlanta, and angry text messages and cops at my door twice. I mean, seriously, what would have happened with the cops at my door when she's telling the cops, well, he won't let me get my medication, won't let me get my computer, and then, oh, really what I want to do is climb in bed with him and keep living here. Like, I wonder what would have happened had I opened the door for the cops and been like, yes, you don't belong here. Yes, come in here. Look, come see what she's done to my apartment, and watch her while she packs up her shit. Thank you. By the way, this needs to happen in a 20-minute time frame because I got to catch the bus and go to work. That's not negotiable. Yeah, that would have been a completely different scenario. That wouldn't have ended up with us in bed together. So, or her in my bed right now, or her all day yesterday using my daughter's bedroom once again as an office. Still a little bitter about that. Anyway, like, I understand that she needs to keep working so she can have the money to get another apartment. But again, that's not a me problem. That's a her problem. And that's something that she should have been working on for years. Not just suddenly, oh yeah, I'm serious? Now you're realizing I'm serious? Because I've been telling you for years that I don't want you living in my apartment. You need to get your own place. You know, and she tries to be like, well, I don't have the money. I can't get the money. Apartments are so expensive. Yeah, you know what else is expensive? Round trip airfare to Atlanta, Georgia. Catering a birthday party. All this bullshit you buy every day on Amazon. Those new wigs that you're constantly wearing. New clothes I see you constantly wearing. Like, you know, have you had enough money to get an apartment? Maybe yes, maybe no, but I know that you're not being frugal with your money as if you need to get an apartment, and you need to get an apartment. Or you can do like most everybody else who can't afford an apartment and get a roommate that wants you to be their roommate. I don't even think she's looking for that. Anyway, I'm walking in circles now. The sun's up, making it a lot less pleasant, and this video has gotten entirely too long. But hey, if you're still listening to it this far, you're interested in where this is going. So I should get it out because I'd probably otherwise not going. Oh goodness, we got a 20-inch bicycle in here. I sure hope that is not the bicycle that chased me. You know what? I think it is. I legit think it is. Alright, maybe I'm not going to Subway. Or maybe I should go to Subway and get a good solid description of that guy and call the police. Oh, I really want to press charges on everybody that does shit like that. I want everybody that does fentanyl in public places to be arrested for it. I really do. No, it doesn't solve the problem. It does for me. No, them overdosing on it solves the problem. But until that happens, if we could just get them off my streets, that'd be fabulous. Anyway, where was I? God, 20-inch bicycles. Grown men on 20-inch bicycles. It's just a freaking plague. Anyway, yeah, so when I woke up, like, she was gone. First time I woke up, I'm not sure what time of day it was. I want to say it was early afternoon-ish, 1-ish. And mind you, it was Thursday, so I mean, I didn't have to get up as early to go to Bullock's as you know, when I have to get up to go to Amazon. I can, you know, I basically sleep in like another hour and a half on my Thursdays versus my Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So yeah, that's a good thing. So anyway, so when I woke up the first time, you know, obviously I needed more sleep, but I was kind of disappointed to see she wasn't there. Although, and the funny thing is, I actually kind of expected her on that day to be in Lily's room working. It wouldn't have bothered me as much that day, but I texted her. It's like, hey, where are you? And she said that she was getting the emissions checked for her car, her SUV, and which is like, okay, that's you know, yeah, that's something legit she needs to do. Wish I'd have woke up to a note or a handwritten note or a text message telling me that's what she was doing, since I went to sleep with her in my bed. I'm waking up without her in my bed, but okay, that's legit. That's something you need to do. Not a problem. Cool. Thanks. You know. All right. And I'd already told her how much I was not looking forward to riding the bus to Bullocks, and pretty much told her that, yeah, if I don't get my car back today, I'd kind of, you know, you're going to be here. I really want you to hook me up with a ride there and maybe stay and attend the show, because if you're not supportive of that, like, I just really don't want to much. If you're not going to be a girlfriend that's supportive of me as a girlfriend should be, I don't want you living here at all. I don't even want you staying here, not living here, but staying here in the night with me. Like, just like, either you're in, either, you know, are you in? Are you in? Are you down to ride? If you're not down to ride this ride, you need to depart now. Yeah, so she at that point, so anyway, so she texted back with that, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's something she needs to definitely get handled during the daytime. Admissions only open during the daytime. She'd mentioned that to me the day before. Cool. All right. I fully expected that she would be back when I woke back up. So when I woke back up, I'm not sure what time it was. I want to say it was after 5, sometime after 5 p.m. And she was sometime after 5 p.m. and she was anyway, then I texted her, and she's like, oh, I'm out looking at apartments. I didn't qualify for the one I thought I was going to get, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, apartment hunting. But then later it came back, well, I never went to get my admissions done. So you lied to me. Not really cool with you saying you're doing something, and then that's not what you're doing. Like, that's to me, that's lying. That's misleading, and that's the kind of crap I'm sick of. So, which at that point, like, I know you're lying to me, so why am I going to believe the other stuff you're saying? Like, at this point, I don't believe anything, because you just, one of those things was a lie, and now the only thing I know for certain is that you're a liar. You know, and maybe I'm overreacting to that, but I'm like, well, okay, you need to be looking for apartments, that's fine. And she's like, well, and then she's like, well, I thought you were going to wait for me. I'm like, yeah, why would I wait for you? Why would you've never been reliable for me. No, the one thing I know is I can't rely on you to get me places. You've made that abundantly clear that you can't be relied on. I can't rely on you. You're not that kind of significant other, which is the kind of significant other I need in my life. So, yeah, no, didn't wait for you. No, in fact, you don't, just don't come back, because the doors are, I woke up alone. You said you were going to some place, and now you're telling me you went somewhere else. I've already left and locked the doors. I have already left and locked the doors, just FYI. Like, you're not, doors are locked. Thanks for playing. I see you didn't get any of your stuff, pack up and take any of your stuff after all this time of, I need to get there and get my stuff. I see you didn't do that. And then we argued about other stuff, and part of it was, you know what, I'd really like you to experience, I would like you to actually ride, more than I want you to drive me there, I want you to leave when I leave and take that bus journey with me there and experience it. And experience the show with me. And then experience what it's like to be stuck waiting until 4 a.m. and then experience the 1.5 to 2 hour ride home. I want you to experience that with me, so you can understand where I'm coming from. Yeah, she's not down for that. Surprise, surprise. And you know what? That's you talk about couples and shit tests. She's not gonna be back in my bedroom much longer if she doesn't pass that shit test. Like, I think I'm gonna hold her to it next week, because if she's not down for that, then she's just not down. She's just not down, yeah. That's something that kind of means a lot to me. And then I get the thing. I don't even think it registered in her head that I wanted her to do the whole bus journey. We got to leave at 5. We got to leave around 5 to make sure that we get there by 8. And we might have some serious mishaps on all the transfers and all the other nonsense that goes with riding transit here, and then hang out for the hour while I'm setting up, and then the show, and then be stuck with me in limbo while we wait for service to start up again a little after 4, and then enjoy that not so pleasant journey where you can't stop and where most everything is closed at every transfer point, so you can't even go get a drink. Enjoy Come, experience what I've been experiencing for well over a year. Well, I guess it was over a year because I did have my vehicle and I had my vehicle, but anyway, what I've experienced for over 8 months that you think is just fine. Why don't you experience and then tell me how, once you've experienced it, tell me how fine it is. And tell me if you would be down for that for 8 months. And if somebody forced you to endure that for 8 months when they had the ability to not force you to endure that, how you would feel about that person. I think she didn't even click on the fact that that's what I wanted her to do. I don't think she read what I typed that closely, because her response was more along the lines of why she doesn't like going to the show. I don't like the music that they sing, and I don't like the music that they sing, and those people, they're just not friendly to me. So, and you're too busy to talk to me because you're working, so I just end up sitting alone. I'm just bored and alone, and I go to a karaoke show to have fun, and that's not fun for me. I'm not asking you to have fun. I'm asking to see if you are, I'm checking to see if you're a worthy partner. I'm not asking you to come to have fun. I'm asking you to come to show that you are down to be my partner. Because if you're not, then bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And then at one point, like, she's like, well, I guess I could come, but I just end up spending most of my time asleep in my car. And I'm like, yeah, what I was asking you to do didn't involve your car. Anyway, I fully expected not to see her, and I kind of got a feeling that the only reason that I even did see her, I saw this car for sale at the bar when I was here last night, and I did come to wander in last night. I'll explain that. Not in this video. This video is already 46 minutes. It'll have to be explained in the next video. Yeah, $980 runs. That's a car I could purchase today. Wow, I did not notice it was for sale that cheap. I really shouldn't be spending $980 on another piece of shit car, but just for the record, that's a car I can afford to purchase today, I think. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so moving. Oh, it would be nice to have a car right now. I just really don't want that car. I want my Saturn back. Anyway, so she did actually go to the show. She was actually quite pleasant with me while she was at the show. Some of my regulars and stuff who've heard me say things about how bad things have been with us were pretty shocked to see her. Although, as I've said, quite a handful of my regulars that are over, quite a few of my regulars over at Bullock's used to be regulars at the break room. And so, of course, they remember when she used to come to my show at the break room all the time. So a lot of them came and was, oh my God, you're here, you know, and hugging her, happy to see her, which was certainly not that, you know, oh, nobody talks to me, nobody likes me there. Really? Because the people who remember you actually do like you, although they've certainly heard me talking shit about you for a while because I've not been happy. Yeah, so who airs their dirty laundry like that? I do. Probably should keep me happy. So I'm saying good things instead of bad things. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, pretty good time. We actually did Risque, Smell Your Dick, this song, not any weird sexual act that involves smelling genitalia. Like, it's a song by Risque, that's the name of the artist. I'll put a link in the description so you can listen to that fabulous love song and watch the video. The video's great. It's the best R&B song of all time. Yeah, so we did that. That was fun. By the time she showed up, it was to the point where the show was super busy and the rotation was super huge. So, yeah, we did that one song together, and I think the only other song that she ended up singing was Mayonnaise by Smashing Pumpkins, which she got a surprisingly good response for that bar. That's not a song that usually brings a good response there, but I imagine she probably got a better response for that in that bar because she was a black woman singing it. I think if a white woman would have sang it, it wouldn't have been as positive a response. I hope I'm wrong, but I just, you know, I'm there all the time. I just kind of, the crowd can be kind of fickle. Anyway, I'm trying to think what I sang at that point. I don't remember, and I suppose it really doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, I didn't sing a whole lot after she showed up because by then my rotation was huge. Um, and then of course once like the show was over, she made it very clear she was in a hurry to go. Like, well, how quickly can you break your stuff down? Because I really need to go. I really gotta go. I really need to go. And I'm like, you know, I kind of like to work on music tomorrow, so I mean, I can leave my shit. I can leave my shit set up and pick it up tomorrow. We can just go as soon as I get paid. It'll take about 10 minutes, which is what we did. Then we went down to Speedy Street Taco. Now that's another thing that was like a surprise. She was down to go to Speedy Street Taco because that's something that her and I have been disagreeing on for a long time. And it seems like a small thing, but it's all these small things that have made the relationship go to complete shit. Like it'd be the like we'd go out for karaoke and then she'd want to get food afterwards, but she'd always want to go to IHOP, and not any IHOP. She wants to go to the IHOP over there at Arcadia Crossing, and I've just grown to hate that IHOP. I mean, IHOP food it's not bad, but it's, you know, nothing great. I find that the food is horribly overpriced for what it is, and then of course you're expected to tip, you know, 20% on top of that, and the service there is awful. And every time I go there, I'm like, wow, I spent a whole lot of money on food that I didn't really particularly like, and the service was awful, and it took forever, and that's 2 hours of my life I don't get back. Can we just never do this again? I hate this. But yet she keeps wanting to do it, and it finally got to the point I'm like, you know what? I'll just, like, why don't you just, you go ahead and go to IHOP, and I'm just gonna walk home. I'll be in bed waiting for you. You can join me in bed after you're done wasting 2 hours at IHOP. Just no hard pass on the IHOP. And still she'd like, and of course she never joined me in bed. She'd been gone for hours because, you know, it's possible she was at IHOP the whole time because IHOP is that freaking slow in the middle of the night. And maybe she went elsewhere. I don't know. All I know is that I usually end up waking up alone. She'd be on the couch, curled up with her cell phone, fully dressed. That's really not how I want a night out with my girlfriend to end. Not cool with that at all. Like, can't we go to some place I like Speedy Street Tacos, and get some food that we don't have to wait that long for, that's actually good food, and where I don't feel like I was ripped off for my money, where I'm not expected to give tip for service that I don't even enjoy. And so I was surprised, like, when she said, you know, well, where do you want to go to get, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. Well, where do you want to go to get food? I'm like, well, there's Whataburger across the freeway, or, you know, I'd really like to go to Speedy Street Tacos. And for the first time, like, ever, she was down to go to Speedy Street Tacos. Like, for ages, when I've been like, yeah, I really want to go Speedy Street Tacos. She's like, oh no, I like my Mexican food homogenized. I just like going to Chipotle, where it's Americanized Mexican food. Really? I'm sorry, why are we still together again? Yeah. So it was kind of, it was yeah, we went to Speedy Street Taco. That was great. I mean, and I bought her pretty much the same burrito I bought myself. I don't know. I think there was a difference between the two, and she said I ate the one she was supposed to eat or whatever. I don't know. I'm not that picky. I like pretty much everything I get from them. So, you know, I grabbed a burrito, I ate it. It's delicious. And I was actually completely cool to, like, buy the burrito. I'm a lot more down to eat meals that I enjoy, you know, and pay for her meal when she's dining with me, when it's something that I actually like, and not a 2-hour massive waste of my time at a place I don't want to be. So, yeah. So we, dang, $4.49 here, $4.39 with the Easy Pay. Could have sworn I saw $2.99 at the Circle K last night. Anyway, so ooh, look at all that trash over there. You know, that's the thing. One of the things that bothers me the most about all the homeless people is just how they just leave their trash everywhere. Like, I think I'd probably feel differently if they weren't doing drugs and they actually picked up after themselves and weren't always taking up the damn bus stop. Yeah, leave so much trash behind. Anyway, let's take a trip in the place that sometimes is a homeless encampment behind the Circle K. Yeah. So anyway, so we went there, and from there we went home, and yeah, I was really kind of hoping that that if not, some kind of making out would happen. That's what I was hoping for. But no, nope, didn't happen at all. She just immediately, she just immediately, you know, I was like, I immediately got naked. Hey, I'm home, I'm in bed. She's like, oh, I'd rather be in my clothes. I'd rather be in my clothes. Oh, that's not the way this bed is slept in. If you're trying to be in this apartment, in this bed, like, either you're down to ride or you're not. I'm looking for someone who's down to ride. You know, if not, like, you can go and pack up your stuff and be on your way. That's great. That's just great. It's where I'm at with it, you know, straight up. So yeah, she but no, she just sat there and played little touchscreen games on her cell phone, taking up the majority of the bed fully clothed. At least she didn't complain when I kind of felt up on her, so I guess there's that. But, you know, yeah, was I disappointed? Oh, hell yeah, I was disappointed. Very extremely disappointed. But no, she I still don't know what the hell's going in over there. That's huge. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I was very extremely disappointed. And of course, consequently, I couldn't sleep. And I've tried to explain that to her. Like, you know, like, if we get it on, great sexual release, and then I sleep, and I sleep great. And if we don't, and you're just laying there in my bed fully clothed, that's great that you're tired and you need to sleep, but guess what? I don't sleep. Well, that's why I started sleeping on the couch. Yeah, that's why you need to be sleeping in your own apartment. If that's how you want to, you know, if you don't want to get it on and then go to sleep, if you just want to, like, stay fully clothed and sleep, like, you need to get your own apartment and your own bed and do that there. I don't want you doing that in my bed. I don't want you doing that on my couch. I don't want you doing that in my apartment. That's not what I want of a partner in my apartment. Sorry if you don't like my terms. See ya, bye. I'd legit rather be alone. Sorry if that's an inconvenience for you. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with that, but I went ahead and you know, I mean, she knocked out. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna shake her and wake her and say, hey, you're gonna drop my bones right now, you know. So just you know, so actions speak louder than words, and these actions are telling me that probably doesn't really want to stay here, because I told her what I expect of her if she's staying here, and it's not what's happening. So, you know, I'm making a list and checking it twice. I'm gonna find out who's naughty and nice, and if you're not naughty enough for me, you gotta go. Yeah, so went to oh wow, look at those murals. That's neat. I love these murals. That's cool. That one's even cooler. Nice. I have never gone down this. I don't know that I've gone down the street, or if I have, I've never noticed those murals. Those murals are cool as hell. Anyway, where was I? Wow, I'm almost an hour video. This one's gonna take a while to upload. Thank God I still got my fast Wi-Fi at home. Although, did I mention at the county health clinic they have the fastest Wi-Fi I've ever experienced, and it's public, and you can sit outside the building and use it? Yeah, that's a cool amenity. Might end up doing that to upload this video. Anyway, moving right along. So yeah, so she I updated my blog. Whatever. She still doesn't know about that. I got a feeling when she finds out about it, everything's gonna be over between us. But, you know, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. I genuinely feel and believe that this vlog saved my life. When I first started doing it, I was right on the verge of mental collapse. It's been a while since I've watched my early vlogs, but like the ones that have single-digit numbers and double-digit numbers. But I feel like I was right on the verge of mental collapse. And then as I was coming out of that, I went into this deep depression where I was feeling extremely suicidal. And in fact, I have some of them where my thoughts were so dark that they're uploaded. They're on YouTube. But if you notice, there's some missing numbers. There's one that's missing because YouTube ate it. where I got in an argument and a homeless woman threw popcorn at me. But for the most part, if you notice in the early vlogs that there's a number in the numbered sequence that's missing, it's there. It's there. And it's either set to private, where only I can view it from my from my control panel, or it might be set as a hidden link, where if, like, if you ask really nice, I can send you a link that takes you directly to it, but it will never come up in a search or in a channel view or any other kind of public view. It can only be accessed with a direct link. But yeah, and those videos, I was going through I was having some really deep, dark, suicidal thoughts at that time. And I'm not going to say it was all because of the girlfriend. There was a lot more involved than that. But let's just say she wasn't there for me in the capacity that I needed her to be there for me to not be having those dark thoughts. And I think more than anything, what got me through those times and kept pushing me onward to the point where, where I finally got a decent job and finally started to kind of pull myself together. Not that I'm fully pulled together yet, but I mean, way better place than it was a year ago for certain. Or even better place than it was, say, last Christmas. So, anyway, it's nice and shady here in the car wash. I think I have a seat. Oh, except for I get glare from the sun right there. That's not cool. Wow, over an hour. I wonder at what point the iPhone cuts me off. I don't think the iPhone ever cuts me off till it runs out of battery or runs out of space. Like so many of my other Android devices would be like, oh, you've hit maximum recording time. We cut you off. Yay, iOS. They're the clear winner in that feature. So I mean, what she finds out about this vlog, I don't know where that's going to go. It might be awful because I've said some really mean things about her, but they've come from the heart. That's how I felt, is what it is. Who airs their dirty laundry in public? Oh, I'm airing it for the world, girl. She got mad at me the other day. She's like, why did you show Roxy and I'm forgetting her husband's name at the moment. Why'd you show them the pictures of the mess in the apartment? Who airs their dirty laundry? I'm like, why'd you leave the mess in the apartment? And I'm thinking to myself, God, when you find my vlog, you're gonna shit fucking sideways bricks. But anyway, no, I honestly, I believe if this vlog wasn't here, that I would still be here. Because just having this as an outlet for my thoughts has really helped me to keep on keeping on. All right, we're gonna see who waits longer. Oh, it's a cute doggy. Anyhow, yeah, so where was I? Priscilla's story. So back to so I worked on the vlog all night long while she was laying next to me, fully clothed, snoring, phone like right next to her because she fell asleep playing with her phone instead of playing with me. Play with your phone when I'm not with you. When I'm with you, I want you to play with me. And I want to play with you. I don't want you telling me that, I don't want you in here fully clothed playing with your phone. Get your own place for that. Do that when I'm gone. So, after that, look at this. Somebody running for office that says they're tough on crime. She got my vote. That means she's going to prosecute fentanyl junkies that do drugs and right out in the open at bus stops. She's got my vote. Gina. Or is it Gina? Is it Gina or Gina? And if you've seen the 40-year-old version, you know what I'm talking about. It's Gina. Anyway, same routine once again. Her alarm clock's alarm clock's going off, annoying as fuck. And they're
she made me catch an Uber over here to 44th and McDowell.
And they're not waking me. They're not waking me up, or they're not waking her up. Like, she keeps half waking up. Sometimes she sleeps right through it, and other times, like, she wakes up and she hits snooze. Hey, either you got to be up or you don't got to be up. Quit hitting snooze. Yeah, that's another behavior she does a lot that I just absolutely loathe it. Loathe it. No, I don't want to hear your alarms going off. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. When that alarm goes up, you need to get your ass up. Have some self-discipline. Yeah, so that went on for quite a while. And then when she finally did get up, she's like, oh, I gotta go to work. And then she jumps out of the bed and goes into Lily's room. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm thinking to myself, did I ever say I was cool with you going back to work in that room? Because I don't think I did. And at that point, I was just kind of relieved that she was out of my bed so I could finally go to sleep. Because I just couldn't sleep with her body taking up half my bed fully clothed. And then, of course, the alarm clock, wah, 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 you know, once that went on. And mind you, that whole alarm clock routine went on for like an hour. A freaking hour. And if that's not the time you want to wake up, set it for the time you do want to wake up. Because I don't want to hear that shit like fucking every 10 minutes while you don't wake up and keep hitting snooze. I like old school alarm clocks that don't have a snooze feature. They just make a whole lot of noise, and if you shut it off, then you're going back to sleep. You screwed yourself. Have fun with that. Yeah. So I was pretty disappointed that she went wow, I guess she's decided that she can just unilaterally use Lily's room since she gave me a ride home. You know, but didn't give me any of the goodies, and so once again we're back to kept me awake all night long, kept me awake all morning with wah, 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 wah. And then now she's just, to her credit, I did tell her how much that upsets me and how much that keeps me awake, and to her credit, she shut the door and she was notably quieter, and I was able to sleep, and I didn't once get woke up by her arguing with some Vanguard customer. So I do appreciate that effort. It seems like I don't appreciate anything. I know it sometimes seems that way, but I definitely did appreciate that effort. At one point I woke up a lot earlier than I expected I would. I want to say around 1 in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm still buck-ass naked. So I walked, I opened the door and she's on the phone. She's on the phone with the customer. I just strolled into the room completely naked. You know, I don't think I ever finished the story where she was in there working naked. I never really finished the story of video. I forget which vlog it is. It's in the description, but it's not even fully finished in the description. I was adding a little bit more to it as a text thing, but I kind of stopped. I need to finish that. That's a fun story, but I'm not gonna say that one. That one's maybe I'll post a link in this description to get you to that video, and then you can go read it in its description. I think that's how I'm gonna handle that, and I need to finish it. So anyway, yeah. So I walk in and like, hey, look at this. You like this? What do you think of this? You don't get this working in an office. And she definitely caught the feel, which was quite enjoyable. I appreciated that. I mean, it's not like she could get away from her phone call. She was literally on the phone with a client, but I liked that she just at least reached out and touched me instead of shooing me away. That was a shit test, people, and she passed that one. But yeah, at that point, I just basically realized that, yeah, she's probably going to be stuck in there until 6 o'clock, and I need to be at Bullock sooner, and I know she's been having some issues with her vehicle and didn't really want to drive her vehicle, so I proceeded to take the bus. At which point, she texted me, and more arguments in text. I want to finish this, but man, I'm about an hour and 9 minutes into this, and it's going to take forever to upload, and I'm just walking in circles. It's starting to get hot out. I need to get something to, I need to get a drink. I'm thirsty. But I'll try to finish this, and that's kind of where we're at now. There's quite a bit more that happened yesterday, and I'll try to get to that and explain explain what happened with her and that, and my birthday night, which she wasn't really a part of until much later. Actually, tonight's my birthday night if you want to get technical. Oh, hey, look, somebody left a love note here on the machine. Nice. Anyway, thanks for listening and coming with me as I wander aimlessly around the neighborhood and get chased by junkies. And there will be more.